What's going on, guys? This is Profits TCG. Um, just collector and kind of just small time TCG sales on eBay and TCG Player. About 2,000 sales, and this is just an order here I sent in for PSA. It's probably my first bulk order I sent to PSA for Pokemon. I sent sports cards before a big order. Just messing around and picked out a bunch of different like sports cards at the time. Um, I've sent in a few Pokemon cards previously for grading, like the EX Dragon Charizard. I think that one was at PSA 8. Um, Sent in Nami and the Mewtwo from Crown Zenith, but this is a Sabrina's Gengar here, the first result that we get, PSA 8. Um, I got this one from one of my homies for I think like $100 for the card a couple years ago. I think at this point as an 8, I can't remember. I think it was about 300, maybe 600, but I can't remember. It was about 3. May have been some nicks or something on it. I had this video saved and wanted to go back and record over it because the audio was messed up from the mic I was using at the time. These are some personal cards from childhood. So I have an EX Articuno here, Rocket's Articuno from Rocket Returns. This one was a PSA 6. I think the card had some kind of maybe smudge or something on the front. So it wasn't, super mint, but it still looks, really good. This card I want to say was like between $500 and $800. I can't remember. There was very few listings at the time, and they've just been gradually going up. Another EX card, EX Mewtwo. This one was a PSA 6 as well. Nothing crazy. Maybe a couple dings, maybe a little fray on some edges here and there, but nothing like really bad. This one was pretty good. Rocket Returns, reverse stamped Dark Dragonite. PSA 8. I think this card was around 1100 value. Maybe gone up since then. A lot of these cards at the time I had taken to a local card chew in South Florida, and I traded a lot of these for either Paldean Fates or 151 Blooming Waters at the time. I think the whole bulk order came out to like all graded at the end. It ended up being like 4,000, pretty close in value, maybe like 3,800. But a lot of these cards I picked up from around 2016 through 2018. I'd say mainly 2018 and maybe a little bit after. This one was like from COVID area or COVID time. I thought this one was going to come out a lot better. Unfortunately, I got a PSA 6 there. I don't know why it was a 6. I don't think there was any damage on the card. This one had a really cool swirl too. So I held on to this one for a few years. I definitely thought it was going to get a much higher grade. But maybe, I had something unseen there, when I sent it in. Maybe a couple dings. I don't know. When you get them back like that and they don't get the grade you think, you're like sort of scouring the card over. You're like, what did I miss? Centering, edges, surface. That's the first 10. The Paldean Fates Charizard. So I think this is the smaller order. I had another order with like 20 cards that I sent back, so maybe I have the video from that too I could stitch in. Some other cards I had going out for grading. I have a whole bunch of reverse holos from like the 2004 era. A whole bunch of pre-release One Piece stamps, cards from the super pre-release. So I was playing One Piece in like 2022 in like December, and I got a couple of boxes of the blue bottom when they were still like $100, 125 I think they were, and they went up to 200 pretty quick, and then just on from there. So the super pre-release is always, I don't know, I had the decks too at one point. Now the decks have exploded and all the cards, but yeah, I think these were like the higher value cards that I had sent. Like it just has the 6 together, like Express. I'd sent the other 20 like bulk before, but all right. Thanks, guys, if you hung around. Just an order there. I still have some more One Piece stuff to send out. I have, I guess, the cards I showed there, but I still have a few more other ones. I think I have a Fusion Strike. What was it? VMAX Gengar. A few other ones I picked up. I had a Mewtwo and Mew GX. I picked up a couple Power World booster boxes for basically $150 a piece. Tax, shipping, everything all together. So I don't think that's too bad. I'm hoping that they don't reprint them, or at least with the first edition stamp and then that misprint in the top corner of the PAL word. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. Hopefully the next wave that comes out, will not have the gold borders and have those stamps removed from the box. So and then I still have to go back and collect One Piece. I had so many cards from OPO1, OPO2, OPO3. Basically till OPO 4 and 5, and then I kind of stopped playing as much. And then I sold off a lot of my stuff too, but still kept my first 3 boxes, OPO 1 through 3. So I've been going back and picking up some other One Piece boxes before they just explode again. So, and then I got a whole bunch of other ones I want to just get now while they're 200 through 300. So I'll try to pace myself picking those up and just hanging on to those long term. And just kind of just holding on the Pokemon stuff right now. Still have a case of Distant Rivals booster boxes, but I picked those up under $3 for the case. So it's holding while it takes a dip, and then it'll be back up eventually. So a few things hanging on to for long term, and I'm gonna try to get more into One Piece, and probably missed the boat on Power World. I would have loved to get a case of that. I had no idea it was coming out until like the day it came out, and then I just jumped in and got a couple of booster boxes because I was like hoping I caught it early enough. There's only 12 packs per box, so it's basically like a third of a Pokemon booster box. So being already $200, it's basically the equivalent of being like $600, like to a Pokemon booster box. So that's already kind of wild. So they're already at a really high price point, but we'll see if they follow anything like One Piece, errata cards or pre-release. The cards themselves, I don't think they have any misprinting on them, but they'll probably still be, they have like specific borders. So the singles now expensive, but they still might be worth picking up in the long run if Palworld does anything. So it's risky, but um, yeah, I guess we'll have to see what happens long term. Just don't invest with what you can't afford to lose. Something sealed is obviously a little bit I think safer. I think sealed is safer as long as you're willing to sit on it. But all right, thanks guys for watching. If you hung around, take care.